without thinking about it at all, just seeing what happens. I've been doing these little drawings on postcards, and I can sell them at my shop. But they all start kind of the same way, just with exploring and movement with the, medium, which today we're just going to be using watercolor and pen. Sometimes I do collages and stuff in them as well. This one I think I did at a beer garden. Got a little bit more involved. But the idea is always the same. Just start and see what happens. Kind of like my approach to this video today too. Just start it and see what happens. I've got a lot of these for sale in my shop. Not that I sell many of them, but if you're interested, let me know down in the comments below. It's like a cow. I'm not gonna lie, it's not like there's a big market for my work. But I keep making it anyway. I guess that's why they call it a delusional artist, maybe? Have to be somewhat delusional to continue on after being told a million times that nobody's interested. So I just literally start with seeing what happens with the pen. Looks kind of like a flying note. Well, there's certain really simple rules in painting and drawing. Make stuff in front of stuff and behind stuff. So if you ever want to start doodling, just make shapes and then make some shapes behind other shapes. Oftentimes doodles work the best when you're thinking the least. Still have no idea what this thing is that I'm drawing. We'll see what it turns into. It'll turn into something by the end. For whatever reason, I feel like maybe it's just how your brain organizes things. Trying to find order and chaos or whatever. But at a certain point, you'll start thinking, oh yeah, that does kind of look like that. What do you think this thing is right now? Another weird thing about drawing is it's completely determined by the person holding the pen. It's a simple thing to say, but it's like, why do you make the decisions that you make? Is it just habit? Were you trying to learn how to make decisions? How to make the right decisions? This drawing's not about making the right decisions. It's about trying to let go of any decision-making process. It's not like some deep thing or anything. It's just more meditative, and you don't have to care as much. Who cares? It's just a drawing. can be bad. Doing a bad drawing can be a really good exercise. Like, I've done a lot of bad drawings. Still not sure where we're headed with this. Suddenly this thing starts becoming kind of like an eye, maybe? 2 eyes? Bird head? Who's making the decision to make this? It's good to throw yourself off sometimes too. Make something you never thought you'd make. It's been snowing. Now all the snow is melting here. It's super wet. Just became really, really wet and mucky. But I do prefer the winter to the heat of the summer. I always end up making more in the winter, not because I'm doing vacationing or anything. Never gone on a vacation. People always find that strange, or they can't believe it. They're like, what? You must have some definition for a vacation. And I kind of do have a definition for a vacation, but it's essentially going somewhere. You're not allowed to, can't be for work, like getting sent on a work trip somewhere. That doesn't count. You have to go there, not for family. Family doesn't count. That's not a vacation. Going back home to your family house doesn't count as a vacation. Not that it's bad, but I think a vacation, I mean, if there's a beach involved and no plans, then it's immediately a vacation. At least in my mind. This thing did become a bird, didn't it? Just had to become a bird. It had to become something. Wasn't enough bird paintings out in the world. We needed another one. But like I said, these are just little postcards that I make. Will somebody buy this bird postcard and send it to somebody? Maybe I should send it to you. Do you want a bird postcard? Why would we want a bird postcard? We can start doing a bit of color. I'm just kind of tinting these colors a little bit. This is like the brush I use for everything. I use it for acrylics, I use it for oils. They're cheap. But I do like these kind of synthetic brushes more than the hog's hair brushes and this sort of stuff. What have we made? You know, I guess one of the great things about drawing and painting when you're a kid is that, remember that beautiful period where your drawing always looked better? You know, when you're like 4 maybe, and you're like, I'm gonna draw a tank attacking a giant grasshopper. And you drew it, and you're like, this is the best thing ever drawn or painted. I'm brilliant. Everyone can see that my tank attacking a giant grasshopper painting is undoubtedly the best in the class. Nobody even comes close to dealing with the subject matter and paint handling. It's me. Or maybe that was just me. But there was a time when you're young where you could just paint and you actually believed what you were painting was good. Then you get older and you get worried and you're like, oh no, what am I doing? Then you get even older and you're like, why has nobody ever cared about what I've done? No, people care. Right? I'm sure people that are even like, you know, obviously I'm not getting any big shows or anything like that. But I bet people that do often think, what the hell am I doing? Right? You spend 2 years making some big project. And then it's just there. It's just on the wall. That's it. There it is. Left your studio and went onto a wall. Maybe, if you're lucky, somebody will buy it. And then it goes away. You never see it again. That's fine. I have too many paintings. People always ask, aren't you, feel kind of bad to let your paintings go? I'm like, no. Get rid of them all. I literally probably have 2,000, 3,000 paintings. Not like works on paper, but like actual paintings on masonite. Too many. You're not even supposed to say that. But it doesn't matter anyway, because nobody's buying your work anyway. You're not gonna like ruin your market. Maybe that's the good part. You get to make ridiculous. I don't even know what is this thing. Nobody knows what this thing is. What have I done? Maybe it's time for a new one. You can do one the long way finally. Here we go again. will it go? Nobody knows. This is like the cat on a, it's falling off, and the hang in there. That's what this drawing is like, that cat. You feel like that cat. Hang in there. Just keep moving your paintbrush. Just keep moving your pen. Something's bound to happen, right? Something's gonna happen. Like they say, just show up. All you gotta do is show up. Really, it's so important just to be there. Treat making art like you're networking at a corporate event for medical devices. Pitch yourself, but not in the wrong way. Pitch yourself the right way. So the right people like you. Price your work the way the right people like it to be priced. Not so everybody can have it in their house. So that it goes up in value and it becomes a good investment. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but that's not very different. Sounds more structural than I usually do. But you gotta have faith when you're drawing. The drawing's gonna do something eventually, right? It has to do something. Painting and drawing are often kind of like these magic tricks. Playing with perception. So it's got to lead somewhere. If the person's looking at it, it's going to end up being something. I'm actually drawing these things all the time, you know. It's just an elaborate ruse to make you think I don't know what I'm doing. But you're gonna see this turn into a pterodactyl in no time. Be like, what? I never even saw it. What does this look like? It's that part. Now's the time of the year they have these things here called clausura, closure. It's the same everywhere in Europe, I think. It's probably like a Latin word or something. It just means the end of the semester, where students put their paintings up. And the public goes and looks at them and thinks, I never thought about my cabin like that. I really like this. I don't know what are they even trying to do now when they go to these things. I'm not sure what the goal is now. Maybe they just want buyers. I don't know what their goal is. Like, talk to these successful painters or whatever you see on Instagram. What's the actual goal of the work? I mean, there's the annoyance of other types of work as well, where they have these super specific goals. They're like, I want to change the laws regarding this volcano's zoning structure, whatever it is. That's cool, but it's also not very exciting. Everyone knows it's not very exciting. They kind of have to act like it is. Oh yeah, this is really interesting volcano. She did this amazing work with the Chilean volcano. And I'm glad the volcano's safe, the imaginary volcano. I'm glad that worked out. But nobody finds it interesting. You're thinking, yeah, somebody out there does. No, nobody. So you put your foot here, and then you put your other foot here. Like they're going on the pedals. Here's the pedal mechanism. See, they're pushing down on the pedal. There, you put your foot there on the pedal, and then you got your basket on the back wheel. And then you just got to make sure to pay attention to where your hands are. So you want to have one hand on the steering wheel, and one hand making a tick-tock. And that's how you ride a bike. That's how you draw somebody riding a bike. See? You didn't know that this was going to become something so realistic and easy to interpret. What's that? Everyone knows what that is. Now it's got eyes. That changes everything. Give him a shirt. This is actually a drawing of a tank attacking a grasshopper. You just didn't know. Don't think about what you're doing when you're drawing. I never do. Maybe that's part of why my stuff never worked. Everyone's like, what? What is it? What color should the bike be? I don't even know what that thing is, but it became this, I guess. So we'll have to make the person green. I don't know how I ended up drawing like this. This is the culmination of all my studies. It's gonna be a red bike, by the way. I was happy to see kids still riding their bikes when I went back home last summer. Hasn't totally died out. There was a lot of people riding their bikes. I suppose now a lot of them have batteries, right? All the kids probably want. Ah! No! Okay. So that was God telling me to eliminate that weird thing. There, fixed it. have a purple shirt. But I suggest this way of drawing for anybody where it's just like literally just make shapes and then fill stuff in. And have some stuff go in front of other stuff. You know? If I had set out trying to draw this thing, that would have been difficult. But just let the drawing happen. Perfect. Just like I liked it. No, still needs one more thing. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want to see more of these things, subscribe. Like the video, helps me out more than you know.